Hi everyone, welcome to the Book Over. Today's episode is a special bonus episode for you while we get ready for our end of the month, the Fourth Wing Talk, which will happen at the end of October. This is a between recordings, candid conversation between us. We are friends who like to read, obviously, and this is us talking about Fourth Wing. So it is a spoiler. We talk about the book. If you have not read the book, I recommend waiting and then tuning in once you've read it. This is just totally us, totally geeking out about Fourth Wing. Megan read it first, then Sarah, read it, and then now we're talking about it, and we have theories, and we have characters we love, and just all kinds of things to talk about. So I hope you enjoy this chat. Beware of the spoilers, and then make sure to tune in at the end of October for our official episode all about Fourth Wing. All right, thank you.
And so for Fourth Wing, two things. One, I'm terrified of book 2 because I'm so scared of her. What's gonna happen? Like, what's gonna happen with Xaden? I love him.
Yeah, oh God, I love him.
I'm still grieving Liam. I am still going through the
I knew you would
grief.
love him. I knew you would love him, and I knew, and like my heart, I was like, oh, this is gonna rip Sarah. This is gonna rip her.
I was sobbing. I'm laying in bed, my shirt soaked from me wiping my face. So I have not cried like that in a long time. It was bad. It was so bad. And I was just like, I was like, we can save him. Well, and then that's something Brian brought up. He's like, why didn't she save him? Why didn't she stop time and save him? And I'm like, I think there wasn't a way to do it. Like, I think
she did stop time, but like only got like so far. She saved him once. One time she did save him in the book. But then the second time, I think she did stop time, and she tried but couldn't get to him fast enough still, or was too late. That's what I think. I'm gonna have to
see, so that's the second thing. So I'm terrified about Xaden, but I'm excited for her brother and
oh yeah,
Bodhi and
oh yeah,
Garrett. Like, no, what's his cousin's name? Is it Garrett?
Boy, I don't remember.
So that's the other thing. I'm not ready to do the episode because I need to reread it.
You know what? I could use a reread of it, and I'm dying to reread it, and I've been telling myself you can't do it till like October, and I'm like, this is the perfect excuse because I'm dying to reread it. Like,
so yeah, I'm just terrified of forgetting something, but I also don't want it to be like a super long episode. So I'm like, okay, I need notes and like what is important to talk about. There's so many theories and stuff. I've been ignoring everybody's because I read a couple of them and they were so, either it's already been in the book, or it's just like I don't know what they're on. Like,
right. I'm gonna tell you one, and I'm like some people think that Violet's mom is really like a good guy and she was helping Xaden or whatever. I'm like, no, she like hurt him. And even again, I was talking to my cousin about this, and she brought up a good point. She said, if the mom turns out to be somewhat good, that it won't happen until like the last book. It'll be like some reveal that she was like, you know, had a little something good in her, or like was kind of working all along towards this but couldn't do anything. Like, she doesn't think we're gonna find out in like book 2, oh, she was good. I think she was gonna be a big bad. And then my cousin's like, she thinks that too, but she's like, if that was to happen. So yeah,
you know who I think is actually good, and I can't think of his name. It's not Dane's dad, and it's not her mom, but it's
the general.
The other guy that creeps her out. That like everyone's
the
like,
general.
Yeah, I think
the general.
I think he's okay. I don't know Harry Potter very well, but you know how that one professor, the Slytherin guy, ended up being helpful, at least at the end, right? I think he's gonna do something similar. I think he's gonna end up like somehow
Do you mean the general or do you mean the professor? Because I could see that with the professor. The
The
one who like
talent one.
snapped the one who snapped the guy's neck.
It could be him too, but I'm thinking of the one with the scary dragon that she doesn't
Really?
like. Yeah,
I
that
feel like I feel like next snapping professor is giving me more
you think
snake
so?
vibes.
Okay.
Well, because
Well,
he already
that works. Yeah. That,
but
and you know what? That really bothered me because
well,
I'm like, why? Just because he can read minds, then he should be trained. He should be trained to control it and then use as a weapon.
it's probably because they're hiding the big secret.
Yeah, I know. And so that's what that to me, as soon as they did it, I was like, that seems like an awful rule.
Yeah.
And that should not happen. That should not
And
happen. You should not kill somebody because of their talent.
and
So
I have a like yeah. And
but then
here's
how
something
is
else.
Dane not then an issue? Because Dane can read your memories.
Because
So
I think he is a powerful father and they can control him. But I have a bigger question, Sarah. How is Imogen, who can erase memories, how, and she's part of the resistance, she's got the tattoos. They don't trust her. How is she left unchecked? And why is it only mentioned in a line? They like
ah,
briefly gloss over it during that
very
challenge,
gloss.
what she can do.
Well,
So
is
I'm
it
like,
light known or is she hiding how much she can do?
but they have to know. I mean, they have to know what her power is. So
I'm
it's
wondering
like,
if they're not, some of them are minimizing what they really can do.
they must be. I know they're not like Zayden doesn't have like the patches on his shoulder and everything, but also I'm like it makes me suspicious of Imogen. Like, what if she's like erased some people's memories? What if she's erased Violet's memories? And we as the reader don't know it because we're getting her point of view and she doesn't remember that point of view.
Right.
I don't know. Who knows?
Oh, Megan.
So that's a theory that I've had because I've been like paying attention to her. I'm like, there's something up with Imogen. Like she went from like, oh, frenemy to now she's a friend, but I still like I feel like she could be
Don't
a
trust
twist.
her. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't trust her. I mean, I trust Zayden's cousins.
Yeah,
I
agreed.
trust them and her brother is who I would trust.
Mm,
I do not, I never trusted her sister fully. But I think her sister's innocent. I don't think she really knows what's going on. I think she's
I
just
don't think so
like, I'm
either.
sure she thinks she's doing good and doesn't get it.
Yeah.
But Zayden, I mean, I love him. I'm also worried about him because he took all those kids. He's like, he took that on his shoulders. So
The
I'm,
responsibility.
how are they gonna go back? I have so many questions. I'm like, how are they going back? And how are they not gonna get in trouble for disappear? Like, what's going to happen? Because
They set them up. Like they
yeah,
set them up. So they have to know, like, yeah. I
they
mean,
let her go.
and he tried for a minute and he's like, oh, you've made your
He
choice. So he knew
he
that mother.
barely tried. He
He
barely tried. He was
he
all
did.
he was not trying at all.
Uh-uh.
He and then he was just like, I'm gonna miss fuck you. Sorry. I was
Yeah.
I was so mad. And the second he did that, like was
Mm.
anybody suspicious? I don't say I need to reread because I'm like, that right there, when I read it, I was like,
Oh, so
that's all
suspicious.
everything from like the dad, the way he was acting and that. I'm like, this is all set up. Oh gosh. I'm so
Yeah.
mad at
Yeah.
Dane. Who's gonna he needs to die.
He does need to die. I don't
Because he's got to
someone
know. He has
yeah.
to know things, right?
I don't know. I don't know how much he knows about like what the real thing is. I don't know. I think there could go two ways. Like either he could know about like I don't think they're letting any lower level people know about the whatever they're called, which is why I need to reread it. I don't remember.
I'm gonna have a spreadsheet, Megan. I'm gonna do a Google Doc and I'm gonna put all the things and names and like
I'll
everything.
send you some that I've screenshot. Some other people have like posted, and I've
Okay.
screenshot that has like their like name, their dragon, their power.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember what those things are called. The evil something
Oh,
with a
the
W.
Vernon.
Vernon. It was with a
Yeah.
V. Okay, I was close. Lower alphabet.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that was
Is this recording? We should
yes.
just use this. This could be like a brief, a spoilery. theory discussion
Yeah,
before we
this
talk
is just
about the
us
whole book.
talking before we talk because we don't remember.
We could just have like multiple.
Oh my goodness.
But I think that I don't think he knows about those. I don't think he does. But the question is, what will he do when he finds out? Will he be good, or will he
Well,
just be
hopefully
like
he's
the
dead by then because
mm-hmm.
seriously, Tara needs to just poof. He just needs to because that was ugh. I'm so
Agreed.
mad. I'm so mad.
I think he's worse than the person that I want to compare him to, that other people might compare him to from that series that we were talking about.
Okay, now I really
Personally.
I thought about it because I think you're getting me into fantasy, but then I was thinking about going to Raven Kennedy's the prisoner, the gilded.
Plated Prisoner.
Yeah.
And that has similar, not similar, but it has the same, it has a, I feel like that misdirect isn't as super misdirect because you like know pretty early on that that the guy is, it's got a similar thing with the, kind of like with Dane, how, you know how you instantly knew Dane is like,
we read enough that like there was a point where I was like, oh, if this is a love interest, I hope he's not one.
Yeah. And then you can tell instantly that Zayden's the love interest from that little connection on the parapet because we read enough.
God, yeah. I really liked getting his point of view. That was another thing. Brian didn't like getting his point of view at the end of the book.
Why?
He didn't think it was necessary, and he thought that the book was stronger without it. And I was like, no, absolutely not. That's why I was like, this was supposed to it was the car with the children in the car, so I can't like so it's like I'm like, no, that was really important to understand what he knew, how he felt. Like I would have liked to get more of it. Like
Same. And especially I feel like we're gonna get more because if they're away from each other, like the more they're away from each other.
Well, they're gonna be away from each other for like 3 days, so that's good.
True. But there could be different plots going on, like a plot in the school, a plot in the military zone, that then they converge together. So I feel like, and reading Rebecca Yarros' most recent book, and it was multiple POV, I was like, yes. I was like, that means she writes multiple POV. I got to read more of her books. Good. I read that Event Most Likely, the Prime First Read one, and I was like it was multiple POV, and I'm like, this is a good sign. She writes multiple POV.
Okay.
So I'm hoping. I mean, a good way to look would be like when it gets closer in the audibles on pre-order to look at the narrators and see if it lists the male narrator. So if it does, then we know.
That would be good, yeah. Okay.